All right, today we're going to talk about the bar vessel single handle faucet from Premier Copper Products. We're going to unbox this and kind of go through the parts that come with it, and then talk about future maintenance that might come about down the road and how to accomplish some of it. When you first pull out the faucet, you're going to know the faucet's completely assembled. There's no assembly, and the one thing it comes with is assembly instructions and a parts catalog. Set the box aside for now. So you've got a small Allen wrench. It's a 7/16 Allen wrench in case you don't still have this and you're looking to do some type of maintenance on the faucet. It does have a ceramic cartridge inside. They're good for millions of turns of the faucet, but in order to install this, it's very simple. You really don't need many tools. Once you put your 1 3/8 hole into your countertop, you simply unscrew this plastic nut. Takes a second to do because it is long enough to go through both your substrate and your countertop. Slide that off. Then you've got a standard washer, a plastic compression washer, and then a balance washer. Each line is marked with cold and hot in order to attach it to your turn-off supplies. And the lines are long enough to where they should reach no problem. You shouldn't need any type of extensions. So you simply pull this above the countertop, drop it in, and then go in reverse. The first piece is the plastic piece. This gives you stability so the faucet can be tightened down and it won't move around. Then you put your plastic part or your rubber washer and then your solid washer and simply screw it back up by hand and hand tighten it. That's all there is to the installation. It's very simple. The only thing this faucet could potentially ever need down the road is a ceramic cartridge. We have parts available. You do get a lifetime warranty on wearable parts, which the ceramic cartridge is, and I'm going to go through how to change that today. Again, it comes with a 7/16 Allen wrench. If you don't have that, that's one part you will need. The other part you're going to need is a small flathead screwdriver. And if we look at the bottom of this, there's a little cover, and if you take your screwdriver, you just pop that out from underneath, and that helps you avoid scratching the faucet itself. From there, take your Allen key, just come inside and unscrew it. Unscrew it enough and then it'll just simply slide off. That takes your handle off. From there, you've got a washer that's hand tightened on there. You'll untighten that washer or that little nut, and then you've exposed the cartridge here. There's a little brass fitting that you'll need to take off with a compression wrench. I'm just going to get it to size. I'm going to unscrew it. Once you unscrew that, comes out. Nice thing is you can see how a ceramic cartridge works. There's 3 supplies inside of here. Two that come in, a hot and a cold. And then there's a third that comes out. That's where the mix comes in, and this is what mixes your water. And so it supplies through that third part inside the faucet there. The way a ceramic cartridge works, it's got 2 ceramic discs. And one of the main things that we always like to talk about when you first install your faucet is make sure that you flush your lines. What we talk about is simply turn on your supplies before you hook up the faucet to get any construction debris out of the lines. Sometimes when they're plumbing in new lines, stuff gets into the pipes, and if that gets into the ceramic cartridge, it can damage it long term and it'll shorten the life of the cartridge. So make sure you do flush your lines before you hook up the cartridge. So if you did have a problem with your cartridge down the road and you are installing a new one, all it is the reverse to put it back together. Take your new cartridge, pop it in, make sure that it's set in correctly. There are 2 knobs on the bottom that fit into the 2 guides on the inside. Pop that in, make sure it's in place. You'll feel it kind of slide in. There we go. Then take your brass washer, slide it on there, Screw it in place. Once that, you're going to tighten it down. It doesn't have to be super tight, but enough to where it's compressing the little grommet on the bottom of this. From there, take your decorative cover for that. Again, simply a hand-tight operation. And then what we're going to do is put our handle back on here. Take your little screw that tightens that back on, tighten that back in, and then your decorative cover. Once that's done, you're good for another 1,000,000 turns.